Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
I would now like to introduce the Farmington Municipal School District Board members. Kyle Rhodes, President. Mike Isaacson, Vice President. Robin Hoffman, Secretary. Keith Corley, Deputy Secretary.
Will provide the address.
Hello, class of 2018, family, friends, and distinguished guests. I am honored to be with you all today on our commencement from Piedra Vista High School. This is an evening that we will look back on and cherish for the rest of our lives. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank our teachers, families, coaches, and friends for pushing us to reach this achievement. I would also like to spread my gratitude to my fellow graduates who have pushed me to be who I am. The people we have all become are admirable individuals with bright futures. Our 4 years at Piedra Vista are finally coming to a close, but we are not leaving without a legacy. As a class, we have 19 district titles and 8 state titles. As a class, we have together done the bare minimum to get through high school, yet have still shattered expectations. In order to move on to the next step of our lives, we must realize how both our failures and risks have shaped who we are. And believe me, we failed a lot. I'm not going to mention how our Cinco de Mayo party got taken away sophomore year because someone sold Mrs. Ortiz's class decorations. Or how as freshmen, we were required to journal for 100 days because we were so peaceful. Or how as juniors, we had to sit outside for hours because our trash cans mysteriously caught fire 3 days in a row. We failed enough to reach the top and took enough risks to be incredible. We are a class with dignity, confidence, and just enough madness to achieve greatness. We are the class of 2018. Mrs. Ballou once asked my class, if you died and knew you had never produced a unique thought or made even the smallest impact, would you be content? To be fair, we did have heated class discussions over milk and hot dogs, but I will never forget that question because it made me change my outlook on my future. It is important to think uniquely and find excellence. In our society, excellence is a very high achievement that most people believe they will never reach. However, excellence is not defined by societal norms. You will find it inside yourself. Every person has a little piece of I want to change the world in them. You must use this mindset to bring this piece to life. I cannot define your excellence, only you can do that. But I want nothing more than for all of you to leave your own impact on this earth. We are a diverse and unique group of young people, so that I know our impacts will be endless as long as we push ourselves to find greatness. My junior year of high school, I was in Mr. Lowndes' AP language class. Those of you that had Mr. Lowndes understand what I mean when I say that even a success was a failure. He would mercilessly grade our essays that drained our entire being to write. The essays were graded on a 9-point scale, 1 to 4 being inadequate, 5 and 6 being adequate, 7 and 8 being effective, and 9 being a nearly impossible conquest likened to climbing Mount Everest without an oxygen tank. Throughout my year in his class, I would write essays that I felt were earth-shattering, only to go back and see that I had gotten almost a 5. Mr. Lowndes graciously gave us the chance to rewrite our essays, and I would rewrite every single one, only to get almost a 6. But without these failures, I would have never been able to write not 1, but 2 9s. Without the countless failures, we will never succeed. Throughout our lives, we will write numerous almost 6s. It is our choice whether we persevere through these adequate moments in order to reach our Everest. You have to find what you love. Your passion is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to find it. If you haven't, keep looking for it. Don't settle. Congratulations, class of 2018. Somehow, we made it.
Us as we recognize the accomplishments of the class of 2018. I want to begin by recognizing the administrative team for PV, Mr. Kelly Thurr, Mr. Clay Foster, and Mr. Irvin Trujillo, who do a wonderful job providing leadership and guidance to our high school. I also want to recognize the efforts of our teachers and staff. These educators have worked hard and very hard over the past 4 years to do the most they can for the senior class of 2018. And finally, I recognize the guidance counselors for the direction and guidance and support to not only this graduating class, but to all students. Class of 2018, inside this sports arena, you have had the dream of walking across this stage, receiving your high school diploma, moving out of your house, heading off to college, seeking employment, and no longer borrowing money.
Yeah, right.
Your parents' dreams are the same. As for your dreams, graduation is a time of looking back and looking forward. Just 4 years ago, I remember watching you enter PV the month of August as nervous 9th grade students, and tonight you're moving forward in life as confident young adults. Some of you I've watched play youth soccer, participate in middle school volleyball, and run AAU and middle school track. Some of you experienced team or individual state champions. You may have played a major part or role in homecoming week, large theatrical productions, fine arts productions, band, choir, strings, concerts. You've attended homecomings, proms, sporting events, pep rallies, spirit week, pep assemblies, theatrical and fine arts productions. You have taken AP exams, EOCs, the park, and numerous assessments and quizzes. A couple of you, through dual credit opportunities from San Juan College, will leave here tonight with a diploma in one hand and an associate's degree in the other. Congratulations. A A half dozen of you have met the state requirements to earn a bilingual seal on your diploma and transcript. A handful of you have met the rigorous requirements to receive AP capstone recognition. This evening's ceremony is the final conclusion of public education for you and a time to enter the next phase of your life. You are now entering the chapter where public education has come to a close and the time to send you off in the world where real life is now upon you. We hope you can look back at your high school career with positive memories, experiences, and confidence to face what comes before you. Senior class of 2018, as you prepare to look forward and celebrate this turning point of your life, I think it is appropriate to share some observations and perhaps a sprinkle or two of wisdom. Until today, teachers and school administrators from various entities have essentially planned your educational path for you. You have had a general idea of what was going to be taught and how it would be assessed to prove you have learned the material. The difference with real life is you will no longer have the guidance of learning objectives, daily learning goals, or Common Core state standards written on the board as your instructional compass. Nor will you need to show your ID at a school dance, park in a designated area, or be governed by a bell that tells you when to move from class to class. In fact, learning will now take on a very different look in this next chapter of life. Tests will no longer be announced, and you won't hear the phrase extended response required for your English teacher, nor will you be asked, are you coming in to make it that quiz you missed 2 days ago? Conversely, real life will be measured much differently. These unannounced tests of your characteristic, ethics, patience, and empathy towards others won't have a score attached to them, nor will they have comments written in the margin of the paper. How you perform will be measured by those around you, and in some cases, you will never see any type of feedback. And guess what? This will probably go on for the next 40 plus years. You will also learn in real life your education will take on a different form disguised as meetings with college professors, co-workers, or requests for business proposals. Furthermore, your next endeavor, whether it be continued education or choosing a career, will require your best organizational, communication, and commitment to excellent skills. These disguised and camouflaged lessons won't be written down and you won't be tested on them. However, listen to them as they will become your new teacher in your journey of life. As a side note, your parents you think don't really know very much now, especially when it comes to real life. As a matter of fact, over the next few years, you will learn how smart they really are when it comes to real life lessons. It isn't that they hold a BA or an MA or a PhD in lessons of life, it's just that they learn from their mistakes. In some cases, their teachers may have been the best school of hard knocks. Regardless of how they learn, they will be more than happy to share that non-academic wisdom with you. As a matter of fact, should you ask for such wisdom, you will most likely receive their intellectual knowledge with no charge, and you might just get a free meal out of that meeting with your parent. I learned long ago that my parents were getting smarter the farther I aged into adulthood. Class of 2018. Here's a final thought for you. Set your goals high and strive each day to hone and develop your skills and potential. All of you seated before us have many talents, skills, and potential that can be molded into creating what you will define as personal success. You will no longer be measured through SBAs, EOCs, or an AP exam. Rather, you are now entering real life, where you will no longer be concerned with being the best at PV, the community of Farmington, or the state of New Mexico. You'll be now striving to be the best for the world. Don't be satisfied with your current achievements. Prepare to be an overachiever. Nobody can tell you who to become. This is a choice that you will make yourself. All of you will make a difference in this course, but never stop moving forward. The only thing that can stop you is yourself. Congratulations, Pvhs High School, class of 2018.